AMD prepares Ryzen 7000 CPU Starfield game bundle. Hello.
Okay.
You get your Starfield bundled in with your Ryzen 7000 series CPU.
So you buy a 7000 CPU, which costs what, $1,000,
probably not as much. I don't know.
and you get a free $70 game. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal, I would say.
This is because of their deal they got going on, where they're going to use the Ryzen. What's their version? Like, it's not DLSS. It's I can't remember what it's called. They announced their little pact they're doing.
Yeah, so they're gonna favor the AMD style cards.
Oh, but this is a CPU.
This is a
not
CPU,
the GPU.
not the
so
GPU. Yeah, so you're gonna pay.
They have a whole thing going with them. Holy!
Yeah. I wonder can you get a Ryzen 5 with it? Because the Ryzen 5 7600X is only 329 Canadian.
I doubt it.
And get the $80 big boy game.
I doubt it.
Oh,
well,
man,
maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which CPUs they actually bundle it in with. If they're going to go with the lower end CPUs, like a Ryzen 3, like that's going to be like $200.
It depends on the specs.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be like, no, these are the ones that are. You need this CPU or better or whatever.
Yeah, because the Ryzen 5 7600 is only $299.
Yeah,
and so that's like you're saving so much money by you're just getting a huge deal. If you're getting that CPU with Starfield.
Have you ever bought something like that and got a free game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did I buy? I bought something and got a free game. It was just like a digital download.
Yeah.
In I think it was in my motherboard of my last PC, actually.
Oh, yeah. Starfield is going to be, I mean, who knows? That might convince somebody like, oh, I was going to get the game, but I could use a new CPU and I get the game. Okay, I'll get a new CPU.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
100%.
I mean, I guess it must work. Otherwise, why would they do it?
Yeah.
They've been doing it for years. It's not the first time they've bundled a game with a hardware piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it must work in some way to incentivize people to buy your product. Because no one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to buy Starfield and just randomly buy or CPU.
Right? I bought Starfield for $80 and the CPU was...
It's just a little convincer, you know?
Yeah. Or I bought Starfield for $800 and the CPU was free.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sure tell that the big PC push is like the big PC inflation for the parts are just non-existent now. Because like the flagship Ryzen 9 7950X is only $769.
Yeah.
It's super cheap.
I mean, they also are kind of like, I don't want to say flooded the market, but during the COVID times when everyone was buying every piece of hardware they could because they were at home.
Yeah.
It sort of artificially inflated the value of these products, especially the graphics cards. They're too expensive.
Oh, yes. Way too expensive.
Yeah. Anyways, I already bought my new CPU, so.
Yep. Bought your new graphics card
a long time
2
ago.
years ago.
We're not talking about that. CPU I've only had for like a month, so it's not too bad. So
yeah.
The new build will commence shortly.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.